Check, check, check. No stress. We'll start at 10:10. You'll just get a ladder countdown. Here we go, baby. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. Here we are with another beautiful day. Gave a long, was up 650, moved the stop loss to break even, got out of the Uber, and looks like I found out I got banged. It was a $5 nothing. So, but hey, we're gonna get back into it. I want to get back into this trade if there's an opportunity. I was up $600-700 from last night straight at 3 in the morning. We'll see what happens. Maybe it was a good thing. All good things happen, so we will be blessed. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate you for kicking it with the lifer. All right. Let me get into the next screen here and take a look at BTC. Crazy night last night. My Uber left me. I kind of hobble. I don't walk too well. The Uber drove like really far away, and I just yelled, "I can't walk, sir." And he drove away. I think he thought I yelled at him or something. All I said is, "I can't walk. I can't walk," and the guy just drove away from me. It was kind of sad. Some people are easily, I guess, triggered or something. I don't know, man. It was kind of sad because like I was on time every single day here, but that man made me late. Well, just in time or whatever. I mean, I guess we still made it in time technically, but you know what I mean? But anyway, shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Let me just get this music level correct. Let me actually show the right screen. There we go. All right. God bless you all for being here. Thank you for jumping on in. And here, I'm going to turn this up. Should be a good level for you. I like the music. All right. All right. Let's break it down like we do every single day. Last night, I saw this W. Looked like if you got in here with a stop maybe below this resistance, you got to move to the upside. And that's what I did. And then when I woke up this morning, I was up pretty nicely. About $674. Probably should have taken it, but it looked like we were going to go. But what I did is, on the 5-minute, I moved my stop loss to break even, which I moved my stop loss here to break even. I guess they got me on this wick right there. Then they pumped it. Wow, so I would have been up even more. So crazy. I would have been up like 1,200 had I just done nothing. And I did nothing at all, I'd still be up 670. It's just when you're moving around on the, the Ubers and all that, and I knew I didn't have access to, sometimes the service down there isn't great. But I'm looking at something like this. This could make a parabolic run out of here on the 5-minute time frame. It is the 21 above the 200, right? It is Thursday, though, after Fed Day, which kind of usually can be sketchy. First level of liquidity we're looking at is right there at about 77,879 for Bitcoin. Anyway, let's do our top 10 analysis like we do every single day. Shout out, my voice is a little, I was at Afro Man last night. He didn't get on till 1 in the morning. I really wanted to see Afro Man for what he did for freedom of speech, and he went through that whole court case recently, and he went viral for it. And, he was at Bitcoin to represent in a way, and I think that's the whole, we want our own money. We don't want to have to borrow fiat, we want our own money. I'd rather borrow against my Bitcoins. Be careful. There's a lot of people that want you to borrow against your Bitcoin, and I just I don't know if they have our best interest at heart. All these companies that want you to borrow, I just don't know if they have our best interest at heart. One thing I want to talk about is Bitcoin broke out. I think they just want to steal the Bitcoin from us when you know what I mean? It's got to be done right. They got Bitcoin collateralized loans and all sorts of stuff, but it's got to be done right, Shout out to you and yours. Thank you for jumping on in. Let me get this link over to the Discord. I just realized I may or may not have done that, which is something I got to do. God bless all the beautiful people here and the lifers that are kicking it with me. And yeah, I did give a trade that did play out last night. Even a little flag that ended up kind of getting in there if you put your stop loss below the previous support as resistance. Okay. Okay, let's take a look here. So I'm just going to send this to this link to the trading group. So they know I'm live, baby. I'm live, baby. I'm live. Thursdays, man. Thirsty Thursdays. Let's take a look at Forex Factory and see what's happening April. And the time's going to be a little different because I think it's going to read it's confusing, but we'll figure it out. We know this would be 4:30, would be 8:30. And we'll relink this. Hit calendar here. So Thursday, 8:30. Unemployment rate in Europe came out. It was 6.2%. A nothing burger, same as forecast. We got core PCE coming in at 0.3, so that's why the volatility came in there at 8:30. And I keep forgetting that's my 6:30, that's my 5:30 in the morning. That's right when I wake up. So I wake up at 5:38. That's the time I set my alarm. Unemployment came in lower, bullish. Personal income up. Personal spending month over month up. Wow. Economy is doing amazing. Advanced GDP quarter over quarter down. Interesting. Core PCE price and unemployment costs quarter over quarter has gone up for your, to have an employee. It costs a little more. So unemployment claims are down. Personal income is up and personal spending is up. Bullish news for the stock market. Let's take a look at the S&P futures when we get a chance here. I'm actually going to skip on over to them real fast. I just want to get a look. Ooh, nice little dumpy on the 1 hour, though. So, similar to Bitcoin, both getting a little bit of a pullback after a massive daily rally. Now, here's the thing. It does look like an unsustainable rally that could just shoulder, head and right shoulder. Thank you so much. Please hit that like button, everybody. God bless you all for being here. Thank you so much for being absolutely amazing and kicking it with the lifer. I don't know where I'd be without each and every one of you on this beautiful Thursday morning, but I know I'm here with you. So thank you so much. I appreciate it more than you would ever know. The goal of the show is to teach people technical analysis, have fun, showing how I take risk on trades, and then, getting down to the idea that, every time we put our best energies out there, the best things happen to us, right? And all we can do is that. Every time you don't use your energy to project positivity, you're fighting yourself. And you're making it harder on yourself to get where you want in life. So remember, you are your own basis, your own foundation. No one believes in you as much as you do. No one knows your true journey as much as you do. And nobody knows your story like you. And I always say, I knew I was going to go hard, but only I knew how hard I was going to go, right? And here we are every single day just grinding. But so you set the tone, you set the pace, and then you go there. Right? You can, you will, you are the best. Amen. So we're watching the S&P futures. The 21 is crawling up there. We would have to get something like this, right? We could get a further pullback. But now we're hearing that the United Arab Emirates has left OPEC, right? Big deal. They don't have to limit how many barrels they can produce, so the market could be flooded. And if the market gets flooded, right, it can lower the price of oil, which would help inflation, right? If it costs less to get somewhere or less to deliver goods, then it brings down the price of the good, right? So that's one thing I could see, and I could see that also affecting the stock market, both, risk on assets like Bitcoin and the stock market. So I'm looking for a pullback to the 21 a continuation or sideways a continuation. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to go, but this is how I'm looking at it on S&P futures. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ too as well and see if there's even a trade. Same thing with the NASDAQ, kind of looking for, I think it's going to be a lot more elongated. And again, I don't know how it's going to go. It could go down like this. Usually it does. Usually it will go after a big pump like that. You'll get some type of pullback. I mean, I would even take a Fibonacci from this level here. And yeah, the 0.5, maybe even back to the 0.6. The 21's pushing up pretty nicely. Would suggest that if you get up in here, you get this tight, you can get this bounce right in this area to the upside. So interesting. I like what I'm seeing. Looks like a little bit of a pullback or sideways price action for the NASDAQ, but continuation seems to be on the horizon, all right? We didn't pump as well as we thought with the data. Let's take a look at the 1 minute. Well, there's some bullish and bearish signs there, right? Certain things cost more. But, you would have thought that would have been a pump, right? And look, let's see here. And is this off? No, 10:30. So, yeah, that should have been at 7:30. So the volatility came, and then we just got a massive dump in the NASDAQ this morning. And there was a bearish div, right? If you double-click, let me put this on here. If you put all the indicators on, clearly see that the RSI was pointing down while price action was pointing up. And that would have told you, and the kind of like shoulder, head, right shoulder. Here's the descending triangle. These things just completely dumb. So I didn't look at it. I wasn't able to. I was like in the Uber or something. I don't know. And I don't trade the NASDAQ every morning. Sometimes I will, though. But that's my favorite trade. Like right there, stop loss below the high. I love the short descending triangles. Now we got a nice bull div. This could end up being the bottom of the day here. That's a very strong bullish divergence, folks. Let me take a look at the NASDAQ for people that are trading the nasty Nas real quick. We're going to get to Bitcoin, do our top down. Don't worry. We're going to get it. But let me just kind of take a look at what's happening on the NASDAQ. And if you took that long last night, or you were along with me up until at least, that pump to 76, 77 or something like that, we'd be good. I want to look at the smaller time frame. The 1 minuto. The uno minuto, right? Interesting. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Whoever threw that down, thank you. Became a member or whatever it is. Appreciate that. Some type of cool sound. Wow, I like this on the 1 hour time frame. You know what I mean? I want to see this get tighter. See if we get this nice little pump back to the upside. And shout out to everybody here. Thank you so much for joining on in. I appreciate it. If you're new here, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Shout out to everyone that came to the Bitcoin conference. It was unbelievable. I had an absolute blast. I met so many people, including some people that I never thought I was going to meet. I met Afroman, which is pretty awesome, and met a lot of other people, and just saw my old friends and family that I know from the space. I can't believe it's already over, man. It went by like this, Sunday to Wednesday, and it was a blast. Tonight is the Web3 Influencer Awards at Mike Tyson's mansion. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. It's going to be a pretty big deal. We're going to have fun, and yeah. I can't wait for that to go down too as well. So it's going to be a good time. And we're going to get through this trip and back home tomorrow. But thank you to everyone that did sign up under my link, use the code LIFER, and went to the conference. It was unbelievable. Okay, Bitcoin on the monthly. I like the breakout for Bitcoin. It looks interesting to me. Okay, and that says, hey, as long as you stay above this trend line, we're pretty much good to go, right? Again, what would cause me to become bearish for Bitcoin? Well, if the monthly were to close above this tweezer top, that would not be good. If we take a look here, that's 61,132, right? It opened, and the closing of this candle was 71,294. So if we were to close back below 71,294, I would have to say that Bitcoin that would be a bearish sign for me on the monthly chart. Okay, I could just right off the bat something I got to say. And so yeah. Right now, as long as we stay above that, And, today is the last day of April. Looks like we're going to get a decent monthly close. It was a beautiful monthly candle. And remember, when this candle opens tomorrow or tonight at 8 p.m., and, we close, and I probably won't do the monthly candle close tonight like I normally do. Maybe I might put one in. I don't know. But I don't think, maybe I do like one on my laptop or something. But, yeah, I think that the timing difference will be off. But here's the deal. So I will miss the monthly candle close tonight, folks. I know, and I've done it for years. But it just happens that I'm traveling at this time. There's a chance. Maybe I'll do like an impromptu one on my phone. You never know. But as long as this closes green, I'm excited for April. And remember, when the next candle opens, we'd like to see a bit of a dump. So that wherever we close around here, be ready for a move down, right? Because this was the candle will open. And then if it dumps, right? And then we want to see it make a wick, come back inside, and then rip for another candle, right? So we don't want to see we don't want to open up and get a huge pump. If we don't get that downward price action, it's usually not a good look. You get one of these like commandingly, bearish candles like this one here. Pumped all the way up at the beginning and then just decided to dump. Got a little bit of a recovery, but still. So we're looking for a pullback tonight at 8 p.m. if we're lucky, right? You see what I'm saying? If we got a big continuation, then we want a little bit of a pullback. Not every time. I mean, I've seen some candles with very little wicks that just rip, and you'd like to see that. It could be momentum. That's why I'm open on the monthly. And remember, I'm long on the monthly. I got in around here, right? And I've been long for a long time since the 10th of March. Someone already knew how long. I remember I asked you guys, and you knew. Target for that trade is about $117,000. That's where I'm looking to get out in that area. So we'll see. So far I'm there. I'm about an eighth of the way there. 7 more eighths, and I'm gonna win that trade. We'll see. The whole world, not many people would have taken that long at that point. But again, I just went off of tweezer bottoms, and it was a heavier, a fatter candle when I took it. It came down to that smaller region. But I've never traded the monthly either. This would be the first time I've ever traded the monthly. So stuck on that idea on the bigger time frame and nothing else. And that's really fun when you start expanding time frames. There's a time I only trade the 1 hour, then you'll trade the 4 hour, then you'll trade the daily, 3 day, 5 day, and now I'm trading the 2 week. Then I traded the monthly, and it's just interesting to me how that progression happens. I guess I'm lucky I got stopped out there so far for $5. I don't mind if I take a shot and nothing happens, but I was up probably. Dang, had I just left it alone and then sold the perfect top, which I usually do, but it would have been about a $1,300 trade. We'll see. We'll see how the day goes. I opened that trade at my time, it must have been 2:30 in the morning. Woke back up at 5:30 in the morning. 3 hours of sleep, we're banging on them. I don't know how we do it. We take a look at the 2-week chart, also a tweezer top. Talked about it for a while. It did get the dump to the downside, and that's what you want, so you can get a huge wick up. We have 10 days and 10 hours. 10-10, that's interesting. But we have 10 days and 10 hours to figure this out and go from there. And we will. We will. But, that could also, if that closes red in 10 days, that's bearish to me. And I would have to assume that we're going to come down and test 71,000. But that is 10 days away. But right now it is foreshadowing some bearishness. Also, the week was bearish, which was crazy. Let's talk about the week as, it's only a couple more days till we close here. Again, you still want to dump at the beginning of the week, and then you want to make a pump. So this isn't the worst thing in the world, but it also looks like it's kind of sideways with the price action. So we take a look at the weekly. We bounce right to the 21-day moving average, and we have a big gap of the VRVP. Says we should continue to pump to resistance at about 86,000. We got stopped right here at this key level, right? Because you can see we had this beautiful that beautiful tweezer bottom right there at about the level where this candle opened at 78,400. So around 78.5, it was like 79K was the sell, and you can see we got to close a candle above this level. We close above this level, we're likely to move up to 86,000. We end up staying bearish. One thing you have to see, and I look at all these different projections, is something like this. Could we get this shoulder, head, right shoulder that pushes us further to the downside, right? So that's one thing that I'm looking at, that you just have to be aware of. If that closes on the weekly, we have to start to suggest that it's bearish. If it closes green, we don't have to remember this pattern at all. Everything kind of moves. Patterns move in space and time. The second they change space, the pattern changes, the probability changes, right? If you see, anyway. And another idea that you could go through is like, is this just a rising wedge bear flag that's going to dump in our face? It very well may. That measured move, if this thing does take a cannonball down there, is going to be about $51,000. So this, not looking amazing, right? So right now, if this weekly candle closed like that on Sunday night, you know, you might assume that this thing is coming down. It might make a head and shoulder pattern, fall out the flag. So this is your most bearish scenario. Sam, you were so bullish. You say it's the bottom. You're on the monthly. Yeah, you know, it looks interesting. I see a lot of things that are pushing me towards the fact that we've bottomed at 60,000. But does that mean we can't go to 65, 68 and have a little bit more play with the levels? And that's why, you know, now will we definitely go to 50,000? I'm not telling you we are for sure. Is this the time to short right now? To be honest, if you have control of what you're doing and you have a good hedge, this is a good time, in my humble opinion, because, you know, it could end up being one of the best shorts of your life, right? Stop loss above here, and this thing just takes a dump. Might even go back to the 200 moving average. So, you know, it's a good time for a possible head short. I don't do that much. I just kind of trade the market on a day-to-day basis, long or short. But, you know, maybe I'll start doing that more and more. The 5-day closed above the 200 moving average every single time. The 5-day closed above the 200 moving average. We had a huge move to the upside. The reason why you're not seeing it here is because I'm just using, I think, Bybit. And for whatever reason, they don't have, like, their information wasn't as long. They don't have as much price action. So, like, if I switch to, and I should just show you anyway to help you. See how we're staying above the 200 and then we're getting tight with the 21? It does tell me that there's a continuation pattern possibly coming here for Bitcoin. I mean, for the NASDAQ. I'm bullish on the NASDAQ on the 1-hour time frame until further notice. You know? So I just wanted to show you the Bybit chart with the 5-day because the 200 moving average, right? So look, we got above the 200 here. And if you extend it, we did it here, we did it there. Like, we did it like 3 other times even earlier. You can look at BTC USD, which is all-time history index. And we can take that information, and that's like conglomerate, like the most data we can really find in one place. And let's see kind of what that tells us too as well. You know, because this is like, and funny, the cup and handle broke out. It's crazy. But you can see here, we're above the 200 moving average there. We got a pump. We get above the 200, and this is on the 5-day chart. Very great chart. I like the 5-day. It's a very interesting time frame. We did it here when we got above it back in 2013. Right here when we got above it, that was the absolute beginning of the run in 2015. Right here when we got above it here, we never went back below it in 2019. Went on a tear. Here we had the pandemic, so we came down, but when we got above it, we were gone all the way to the upside too as well. Here when we got above it, we were gone all the way to the upside as well. And then here we are sitting, possibly able to get back above this key level and hanging, you know. So we don't know for sure what could happen. But as of right now, we're still above the 200 moving average. You know, no one knows for sure, but as of right now, and there's a previous support and resistance, can we stay above 75,500? Can Bitcoin consolidate above the 5-day 200? And can we get ourselves further to the upside here? Making some type of inverted head and shoulders, some type of bigger move. And that's kind of what the detective nature is of trading. Like, I want to be like as highly probable as possible. And you know what? I do a really good job. Even this week here in Vegas, I was able to make some good money. And I didn't take it too crazy. And I took profits when I could. But man, both my big trades played out absolutely well. And yeah, it was amazing. So, and then even made like $5,000 playing blackjack. It's kind of crazy. Took a bunch of people out to dinner. Was very generous with the winnings and just had a blast. So had one of the greatest dinners of my life, actually. It was amazing. And the Wagyu steak, I've never had it like that, man. It was unbelievable. So 3-day chart. Like, you know, I'm okay if we get, I guess if we get a pullback, you know, we can, you know, it could happen, right? I'm open-minded. You bounce off here. But the levels I'd like to see hold are 74,008 on the 3-day. Get the bounce and go sideways here. And the same thing here. I like this daily. See, I like the daily getting the bounce right now. Are we getting a bounce? Look, I think I'm missing the bounce right now. Hold on. Yeah, we're getting the bounce. Hold on. I got to get into a live trade right now. I like what I'm seeing here on the 15-minute time frame. It looks like we're going to break out and make me some money. So I don't want to miss monies. I don't want to miss the money. So it looks like we can get to 78.8. That's a key area that I like to focus on. Take profit would be 78.805. Stop loss would be 75.742. Okay. All right. And we're going to do, we're up about 5,600 on the last 3 days. So 382 for 13. Let's see where we're at, though. It's going to go from 76 to 78. I like to make $2,000 then. I want to make exactly what Bitcoin made, right? Don't want to be too greedy, but I like this price action here. I like that my stop loss can be below this and that. I got it pretty deep, right? Right down there, 76, 75, 742. Thursdays are sketchy. There's a good chance that possibly I don't win because Thursday has kind of a lack of volume and it's been interesting, but boom. And maybe was I still in the... It says I'm up $70. No, it probably just doesn't remember the old trade. Anyway. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. So we just jumped on in. We'll see what happens. Well, we did wick down a little bit. Right? Yeah. I don't like that wick right there, but we'll see. I like price action getting tight. Let me take a look at the 5. Yeah, see the 5's in this nice flag. A lot of up and down price action. I'm just going to keep my that stop loss below the 200 moving average and see what can happen. Though I lose my first trade in Vegas. It's possible. Today's been a funny day. The Uber drove away from me, I told the guy I can't walk and he drives away from me. Like, it's loud. I mean, I get it, but I didn't yell at you. I didn't, all you had to do was say, hey, like, I should have just walked towards him and he could have seen that I couldn't walk. And then he was like, I was walking fine. I was doing great. Everything was awesome. And I got a little hurt yesterday. And now I'm suffering a little bit. And I need people to pray for me. I hope I didn't, re-injure myself. I'm actually in my head a little bit. And I'm a little, I don't want to get into that depressive mode. But I'm and my foot's in some pain. And it's really swollen. And I hope I just sprained it. And I hope it has nothing to do with my prior injury. But, I'm playing games with my foot. And I should never be doing that. And I'm just a little... I had to remember this is for life. I got to really make sure this recovery works. And so, oversold on the 3-day chart here. Not looking amazing. We're back up to break even, though, on the trade. But, so what I really want to see is this 3-day stay above that level. It's just so important. Stay above this resistance here, 74.8. So here I am on the daily, and I've got a few ideas on the daily that I just want to focus on by itself. All right, thank you so much. I still don't know where that sound is coming from, but one day I guess I'll figure it out. Maybe it's not today, maybe it's not tomorrow, but maybe one day we'll get there. I see these little sounds. There's the microphone. There's all this stuff. There's a chat box. There's the tip ticker. Let me see. Maybe that's just too loud and it extends it. But I feel like I turned off everything that could be making a sound and I'm still hearing it. It's interesting. It's not the worst sound of the world, but I just like to know what the heck it is, right? Where are you coming from, sound? Oh, I think I know where it's coming from. I figured it out. I think I figured it out, folks. 65 of institutions see Clarity Act as XRP's breakout catalyst. I don't know, man. I'm not I don't want to feed into that, but a clear shift in institutional sentiment is bringing XRP back into focus with regulatory clarity now seen as key trigger for large-scale adoption. 65% of surveyed institutions said regulatory clarity is the top factor behind increasing crypto exposure. Once we get it, so much money could come in. We have so much, and rate cuts. Bring it down to 54. Bring it down a little bit. I feel like we're in a really good position for Bitcoin to expand, and by the end of 2026, I wouldn't be surprised if we're into the $90,000 to $100,000 level. I'm not going to say we're going to an all-time high. That really might take until mid 2027, and that's okay. But I want to make sure we have some infrastructure here. What I want to show you that's very important that most people aren't going to pay attention to is you have a swing up here. Let me just delete this one trend line. But see how price action is swinging to the upside here? I want you to focus on that. And then I want to kind of come down here to the RSI. And we want to focus on the fact that the RSI is swinging to the downside, right? So one is swinging up, one is swinging down, all right? And we can clearly see what's going on here with Bitcoin, right? Clearly. That is hidden bullish divergence. And then we want to pull a Fibonacci from the impulse to the top of the wick. And you can see we came off the 786 Fibonacci level, bounced on the 618. It's a big deal. You know, I think a lot of people are going to miss this. I've made a lot of money off this in my life. It's called hidden bullish divergence. And now we've got this daily candle that looks quite interesting. Makes me want to possibly take a daily trade as well. That could propel us. Ooh, this trade's not doing too well on the 5-minute. It's struggling. Let me take a look if this trade could actually be adopted to a daily trade. I'm curious. Or my stop is if it's like... And my stop's pretty close to the beginning of the daily candle. So it's telling me, hey, look, like, you know, and I'm here live on Weeks, trading on Weeks. If you want to jump on in, hit the link in the pinned comment for WEEX, Weeks, baby, Weeks, the We Exchange. And you're going to absolutely love that. Weeks is amazing trading, seamless. I move my stop losses up and down. I'm all about it. I love how it works. You know, I'd like to be further, like somewhere down here, but it doesn't mean it's the worst. Now we are down 100. Dang, see. And trading when traveling, you got to, you know, like, if I was at my home desk, I would have seen it differently. It would have been a different morning completely. Probably would have taken my $800, but it's okay. I understand I'm traveling. Ubers will leave me in the street. Things are happening, and I'm still making it happen. We're still up very, very nice, too, on the day. So, nice. We bounced back only down $40. I'd like to see that. I wouldn't mind, you know, I believe you could front run this daily candle close. Buy right here or stop below, and you're going to get this move further to the upside. That's what I'm looking for, because the hidden bullish divergence on the 21, very, very key. So I believe, from my years of doing this, that there's about a 90% chance that Bitcoin's going to break back to the upside. I'm not telling you it's going all the way to the moon or it's going to break all-time highs, but looks like we'll get back into this liquidity zone that I've got up here. Some people call it an order block, I guess, but you can even see here. And there's just a lot of buys and sells in this area, and it creates a lot of a lot of opportunities. So the daily's only a 2-to-1. It's a 191. It's not the best trade. You know, it would probably be like 600 for maybe 580 or something. Like, it wouldn't be perfect. You'd have to risk to get even a little less. But I'm looking for a move. You know, what I'd like to see is what you see me have drawn here is this is the breakout, and then it gets tight, and we have a beautiful pump to the upside. Let's take a look at this. If this did happen as such, we can kind of time it when, you know, somewhat how and when we would hit a key target. So somewhere at about May 24th, towards the end of May, it actually wouldn't take that long. It'd be like 3 weeks. We could be at $84,000. You know, another thing I want to show you is the daily. Whenever you break above all these moving averages, you pump up to the 200. And so I just feel like it's only a matter of time till we pump up to the 200, and that level is going to be 82,000. We're going to see an 8 for Bitcoin. So I'm bullish right here for Bitcoin. I am. Remember, you can have a weekly hedge short open while you're trading up on the daily. Like, you can have 2 trades open at the same time. I just wanted to make that clear because I know someone said, well, wasn't he short on the weekly? And no one said that, but I'm just like addressing it before it even gets said, you know? I'm having some green juice, man. It's apple, celery, cucumber, spinach, kale, parsley, ginger, and lemon from Luma. And, of course, splash it down with some lemon water. Don't forget to put the lemon in the water, folks. Don't forget to put the lemon in the water, all right? You can, you will, you are the best. I love you guys. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate for being here on a beautiful, beautiful Thursday. May God bless everybody. A lot of people were out late last night, too, that watched the show. A lot of my, subscribers and people were at the conference, and pretty sure they were up all night. Vegas makes it hard for people to go to sleep, I'll tell you that. And I don't even drink and party like that, You're facing the sunshine and you can't see a shadow. Yeah, money flow starting to come out on the most high time frame right now. I like it. Nature is the best medicine. Yep, they're cooking a big dump, brothers. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hey, God bless you, man. Sounds like you know exactly what's going to happen every time, which is the worst thing to tell yourself. Let's just take it one step at a time and see what goes on here. Oh, we're only up 12 bucks. We're up 12 bucks already. This is starting to move. I kind of like, I almost want to open both trades, which is, I know it's pushing it a little bit, but I like the daily close. And if that closes green with the hidden bullish, I just don't see how we don't make a move to the upside. Right, so, heavy risk to open both trades, but the scalp will hit, right? Yeah, both are the same trade technically, though, on the daily, right? So I guess I already have this trade open technically. So I'll let it chill. I'll let it chill for now. It's almost a whole Bitcoin. It's a little under, though, so it's probably like a $68,000 trade. I just really like this daily, man. I like trading the daily. And if this closes green, that's a tweezer bottom. So last night we called a beautiful bottom for you. We really did. First of all, I talk about how the 1 minute creates the move. The second the 1 minute got above the 200 moving average, it was gone. And then it made the model that I teach my students how to find the pump. You create a flag, you wait for the 21 price to get into price, and you attack that 21. Look at that. That was the perfect entry. You're still in the money right now if you did that. And then if you look at the 1 minute and you want to know what's going to happen right anytime, like in the next 5 to 10 minutes, look at that. The 1 minute is now showing the model yet again on the smaller time frames, suggesting it could break all the way up to about 76,824 and continue further to the upside. So that's the 21 above the 200. This is a long right now that you could take. This is what I do all the time. I believe this is a very high probability trade right here. I'm already in it. So I'd have to get into the trade again. The idea is, though, it's the 1 minute is above the 200. We could even make it even bigger. We could kind of do something like this, I guess. But to me, that's quite bullish. And that tells me that we can go the length here from there to there. That wick right there to this top wick. That's going to be your measured move. How do I know that? Just kind of, you can span that area that has been progressed through with the price. It tells us we get to about, 77,176 for BTC. All right. Good morning, Sam. I know your foot will be better because God has your back. Check out the 2 hours. Look, we are developing ahead for an inverse head and shoulder, plus a full moon coming. Interesting. Check out the 2 hour. Looks like we're developing. Yesterday it looked like a head and shoulder too. Master, one of the most green stocks of the market today. The world is healing. Remember when I said that Master was a screaming buy? Yeah. Look, it looks like we're going to get a beautiful pump here, folks. I really like what I'm seeing here. 1 minute above the 200 with the 21. We should get a good payday here. Let's see what happens. I don't want to speak it. I want to speak it into existence, but I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch a bunny rabbit. You know what I mean? All right, Bob Proctor, I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me increasingly quantity through multiple sources in a continuous basis. Positive mind. Let's go, lifers. God bless you, bro. Thank you. I can never sleep during full moons. Interesting. Lifer, can you check the bear flag on the 15-minute time frame? No, we're pumping, baby. We're pumping, baby. And Sammy, cup in handy to the upside. Does it again so far. Can we get this continuation? We want to see now a pump above 76,461. Nice little green lunge to the upside, which is exactly what I was expecting, and we got it. We got everyone. I need those likes up to the watchers. We got to get to our 1,200 people today. I don't know where my peoples are at. I think most of them are passed out. But, help the lifer continue to do what the lifer does. Don't cap me. Help me grow, baby. Help me grow. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Let's go. Let's go. I appreciate it. Let's take a look at the fan funding and see what anybody said so far there. Had a beautiful time in Las Vegas with Sam of the 99. Just on the plane now, headed home. Full of inspiration and memories. Man, I love you, bro. I had such a good time. Deep conversations, even though we, as we went through, and what an amazing restaurant we had. Like, that was, we didn't get to sit next to each other. I feel like we always don't get to sit next to each other. How it happens. But, man, I love you, Dave. I love you, Dave, man. And shout out to Rave Song Records, man, who's been in the trading group now for a few years. And he feels like a brother or an uncle to me. Everyone mentors me in some way. There's a lot of older men in the group that mentor me. And they come and see me, and they're from all around the world. And, They become my friends. They become people that I confide in. They become people that I can, I can say how the pain I lived with my father, and they understand. Or, the things I'm going through. Like, he had daughters. He's going to tell me, it's going to be a little different as they get older, but, and like the evolution that you go through as a dad, and I have older men in my life that have been dads, and it's all from the trading group, man. And they one guy is good friends, and him and his wife's good friends with my wife. He watched my trading stuff, and we became friends, and we go out all the time boating and have a blast, and he's one of my best friends. He's 53, and he teaches me a lot. He raised like 3 kids already, lived a life. Now him and his wife have, all their kids are out of the house, and now they enjoy each other's company and hang out, and they love our kids because it reminds them of their kids, and it's just such a blessing, man. The things that happened in Florida were very interesting, and it all happened through my channel. Everything happened through my channel. The house I bought off the real estate agent from the same guy I'm telling you about. His wife is a real estate agent, and she sold me the house, And then instead of just becoming transactional people in my life, they became a real part of my life. Like, we go out to dinner almost all the time together. They come over the house. I threw Mario a birthday. Shout out to Mindy and Mario. We love you guys so much. And I'm already missing home, man. I can't wait to get back to Florida. But the second I get back to Florida, I hit Miami in a couple days. And then I'm flying back to Massachusetts within like 3 weeks. So it's going to be fast, folks. It's going to be fast. I see a move coming here for Bitcoin. That's my strategy. The 21 above the 200 inside the flag. That thing can pump. All right. We're back in the green on the trade. Let's see if we can turn this one into a winner. Into a big winner. A big dinner? No, a big winner. Oh, I thought you said big dinner. Shout out to everyone here. We love you. We appreciate you. If you're just jumping on in, hit that like button and spread positivity throughout the world. If you do something for somebody, it always comes back to you. So if you hit the like button, it can only help you. It's a selfish act for you to hit that like button. For it does something for my channel, like a mom and pop shop. Me and my wife started this company together, right? And it also, benefits you because you did something. Givers gain. Every time you give, you get back, folks. Every time you give, you get back. Remember that. Remember that. Okay. So, moving forward, I want to look at something else about the market, right? I want to look at the old coin market cap over here and take a look. Is anything pumping? Anything going on? Remember, we were looking at this thing. This thing is tiny. Oh, wow. That thing was up a penny, huh? All right, coin market cap. In the last hour, we had Pudgy Penguins holding above that 8 cents level. I like this Venice token, the VVV. I sat with some people last night, and they told me they really use it. Has a beautiful use case. Shout out to my man, Andrew. Love you, man. You awesome. Had such a good time. Shout out to God is Love, man. I became great friends with God is Love. Like, it's my brother, man. My man, John, man. We love you, man. Had a good time last night, dude. We stuck it out, and we, give Afro Man some respect, and I think it was worth it. Every second was worth it, man. Life is worth it. You get in what you get out what you put into life, and look, Terra Classic up 64% in a week. It's so crazy to see lunacy. I call it lunacy, to see lunacy up. So, like, altcoins are kind of nil. And I'm telling you what, like, if Bitcoin gets a big move, I see altcoins kind of maybe getting, like, people might even sell them again one more time to get as much Bitcoin. So just pay attention. It's, while we're getting really tight in here, which tells me that a big move is coming. I mean, when Bitcoin gets this tight, it's going to explode. We know now in the next 3 minutes, Bitcoin is going to go up or down. Likely up because it's above the 200 moving average. If it was below, it would be likely down. So we should be getting a pump as we speak. Oh my gosh, it's happening as I say. Or should be getting a pump. But I don't want to be, I always like, you say that, next thing you know, it dumps in your face. Just like it did. Oh my gosh, look. This kind of is a chubby triangle, which is symmetrical, which could break down, I have to be honest with you guys. And there's a chance that we don't make any gains here. So we got to be careful. Funny, I feel like how I manage this trade and the daily trade, I wouldn't mind front running that daily too. Huh? It's interesting. I'm just weighing the different options of trades that I have in my that I could go with. And I'm like, well, I could just stick with the daily. I can play with this 1 minute, and I'm looking at how the levels can, because personally, I'd like to drag this up, but if I'm in the daily, I should keep it where it's at. Now, that's why you got to pick your time frames. I just kind of pinpointed like a weakness in my daily, in today's daily trading for me is you got to stick to it, you know. Technically, I'm trading the small time frames, but when I looked at it, the trade overlapped the daily candle, and it looked interesting. And I was like, man, that's how I would trade the daily, and I like what I'm seeing. So I don't like when the 21 curves. See how the 21's curving down? I don't like seeing when the 21 curves to the downside. It's not my thing, man. You know what I mean? Never a good time. Shout out to everybody here. I guess everyone at the conference, we get 1,200 people here every single day. I'm blessed though I have 876, but I'm like, where's everybody going? How do you lose people in the middle when you're hitting trades too? Yesterday we nailed it. Hit the likes, but everyone, please, really greatly appreciate that. Thank you, Marcus. Did somebody say, looks more bearish on the 15? Yeah, but that's why I just do the same thing every day. Like 21 above the 200 tight price action. We know some big move is coming. I mean, you can't get this tight inside the flag. Thought that was going to be it, but they poked it and choked it over here. Hey, over here. Don't forget to subscribe. Also tap the notification bell to find out when we go live. Thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that. And don't give up, man. People get into that sell in May and go away stuff. I think that's a horrible idea because, you know, last time I had you done that, I have a video statistically showing you why that was basically not a great idea at all. Not at all. Kind of want to almost double down on another trade here. Like, there's a smaller trade and a bigger trade. This trade is, you know, make this one a 3-to-1, 77,000. 004 would be the target. Ooh, now every time we get it's funny, man. Every time we get a bit of a bump, I tell you, it does look symmetrical. These do break down, but the 21's now curving back to the upside. It'll be that last chance before the spring. Every time it's about to pump, it dumps. Every time it's about to dump, it pumps. It's getting so tight now. Here's the deal. In 1, 2, 3 minutes, Bitcoin's going to dump or pump. You can tell right now just by looking at the chart. That's enough. You guys just got us to 900. Keep hitting that like button, everyone. We're going to get everyone here back on the stream. Anyone who ever kind of started with us over here and jumped onto stream, man. So, yeah. Lemon pound cake, dude. Lemon pound cake. Da-da-da-da. Lemon pound cake. Oh, man. Lemon pound cake was awesome, man. I saw Afro Man perform twice yesterday. I met him backstage. I did. I got to meet Afro Man backstage, kicking it in the exclusive VIP area that only the coolest people ever get to go. No, I'm just joking, but there I am backstage with Afro Man.
It's Afro Man right here, man. I love what you're doing with security footage. You're the man, dude. God bless America.
Yes, sir, bro.
We love you, man. Thank you for coming today.
Yes, sir.
Stay blessed.
So I love what you did with that security footage, man. You know, God bless America. You know, he's like, yes, sir.
Look, that's Afro Man right there representing. You're the man, dude.
Nice guy, really good vibrations. You can tell why he gets what he has and people like him like that. That's awesome, man. Afro Man. It actually happened out of nowhere. Bobby Shmurda ripped it up too as well. He had good energy, man. I can see why people like him. I can. You know, not my favorite music, you know, but I remember when Bobby Shmurda did get sentenced to about 7 years in New York and there. And Afro, he took a picture with everyone. He was on stage. It was a pretty small event, you know, like I don't know, 100 of us saw Afro Man at this spot. Like, it was like exclusive in my opinion. And he took pictures with everyone, hung out. Like, he was in a good mood the whole time. Wow, shout out to Rave Song Records, man. He took one of the best pictures ever, man. Look at the coloring, the look, unbelievable. What a day, man. That's Dave Angel, man. What a blessing. What a blessing, bro. Rave Song. If you want to put a face to the name, that's my man, Rave. Oh, so they got me. They're going to dump it. We knew it was going to come. Something was happening soon. I mitigate that. We're only down $30, $66. Okay. I like it. Maybe we bounce off the 200 moving average here. We can straighten this out, and you could still call that a possible trend line. We got to bounce off the 200 now. We lose the 200, you're going to drop likely down to my stop loss, really. That's going to be a key area. See if we can get this bounce right now. Very interesting. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate. Where is everybody, man? Where my 300 livers at? Let's go, baby. He goes, Crypto Liver listening to Bobby Shmurda. He goes, Bobby Shmurda is zesty. You guys are funny, man. I kind of after smashing that, you know, I didn't. See, I don't watch it. I don't know all the stuff that happens. He had people. And follow us on X at CryptoLifer33. We greatly appreciate that. If you want to go to any of the exchanges, hit the pinned comment at the top of the beautiful chat. There's Weeks, BTCC, and MEXC. One cool thing is BTCC is giving Rolexes to 3 beautiful people. We actually extended it too as well. They say it's ending in 2 days, but it's not. It's going to end in May, the end of May. I got to talk to them about making that, but I think when this timer ticks, it'll go again. And 3 people. And all you have to do is have a higher volume. You know, if you trade a lot, if you have bigger volume, bigger P&L, they will look at that. And, yeah, whoever has the highest, and, you know, will be kind of, they'll pick 3 of the greatest, man. So check them out. Trade and win a Rollie at BTCC. If you have a really nice setup that looks great, and it could be big volume, you could take that trade. It may change your life, you know. Nice little pump to the upside. That was kind of an Adam and Eve right there. You see, that's slightly defied. We're getting tight. We're in what's called chop right now. Short and long, short and long, short and longs. We're tight. I mean, there's going to be a lot of 100Xs on either side of the board here. And anything can happen, but dang. We'll see. I'm only down 27 now after the bounce off the 200. We've done this like once or twice now in the last hour. Believe in me. I'll tell you what, these mainly dumb. So why was I long? Well, I like that we were above the 21 and holding above the 200. But now we're kind of playing some games over here. We're playing some games. Like, it's not what I really like. It's not perfect. You know what I mean? Bitcoin miner Mara to acquire Long Ridge and $1.5 billion Ohio gas plant deal. So they reached an agreement to acquire Long Ridge from FTA Infrastructure for $1.5 billion. The asset includes a 505 megawatt gas plant in Ohio and 1,600 acres, with Mara planning a date-centered power as its pivot towards digital infrastructure. I still hold Mara. I mean, you think their stock will ever rip? Only time will tell, man. I was talking about Mara yesterday. I was like, I'd like to see it actually do something for once, right? So we're still in the trade. Anything is possible. We're getting tighter in the nose. The tighter this range goes, the more likely we're going to get an explosive move here for Bitcoin. I do like when we're above the 200. It suggests that we can continue to the upside. So focus, pay attention. Anything is possible. I'm in a live trade here on Weeks. I still got a fighting chance to win some big gains today. So only time will tell. All right. And, you know, we use our influence and our love to help you guys get things like Rollies and more. So, you know, not everyone gets that opportunity to do that.
Okay,
So
welcome everybody to the breakdown. I'm your host, David Pinellas.
that's freaked me out. I hit like a... Did you see me? I just like jumped out of nowhere. And Alphabet, Amazon, Microsoft, and Metaplanet to spend more than $700 billion on building AI this year. They announced in quarterly results that something's in here for both AI boosters and the skeptics. You know, a lot of money, man. And that's a big deal. Amazon, and they all had earnings yesterday too as well. And the stock market's doing pretty good after that. So, hey, you know, and I actually like to see what earnings were hit. Let me see. I'll ask Grok to dig it up for us and we'll get the information. Might be today, right? Yeah, it might. It's, but they usually do their... So we'll see here. Facebook, Amazon, NVIDIA, and Google, we call that FANG, right? And all you really do is have to, if you held FANG, which is Facebook, Amazon, NVIDIA, and Google for the last 10 years, I mean, you made a lot of money, right? Let's be honest. Facebook kind of maybe had some ups and downs, but in the long run, in like maybe a 15-year period, I mean, from the IPO, unbelievable, right? From the IPO, it was unreal. Wow, so I don't like what I'm seeing. I may cut the trade off early. Look at that. Ooh. I'm going to move up a little bit there. The daily still looks good. That means I might lose a scalp and still be okay on the daily, right? Remember, I keep the losses super small on these little trades when it doesn't go my way. I don't get crazy. And then when it goes my way, I go heavy, right? For what I believe is heavy. Some people might laugh at my heavy, but my heavy is heavy for me, man. And do not use me as a beautiful example that I don't care what other people think of me, and I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm going to leave this earth and go off into the wild blue yonder, and you know what I mean? And so, like, I don't stress that stuff. I don't stress what people think of me. I want my friends and family to love me. I want to have deep connections in life, but if you do something and everyone criticizes you and all you care about is what other people think, man, you'll never live your life. Like, I wouldn't be able to breathe here on the live stream, so I don't stress it at all. I just know that this is life and we keep going every single day, right? So let's take a look at the quarter for earnings here. Wow, they actually did FANG. Like, they're so funny. See? Peg, I thought AI was smart enough to figure out FANG. And you could typo, it usually figures it out anyway. Oof. I got stopped out for $100. Smart move for me. And these usually break down. I got to tell you, I did have the model going though, so it looked like we could get the punch. So you always use proper risk management. Do not over risk on these trades. If you're losing thousands of dollars on a move this small, you're trying to make $1,000 on a move that big. You're trying to change your portfolio overnight. That's going to get you wrecked. Don't blame the person like me that did a small $100 loss because you took the trade and got banged. Remember that. Your risk management should be so on point that you never get pissed at anyone else when you take a trade. If you're getting upset at someone else when you take a trade, maybe the person you watch take it, your mentor, anyone, I'm not 100%. No way I can be, no way I will be, right? Look at that snipo. Interesting. Let me zoom out here for a second because there may be that's what I've been doing is today's volatile. You can see it's back and forth, a lot of ups and downs. Looks like a good day to just wait on the 5-minute. Look at the 5-minute. Still got head and shoulder, but it's above the 200 moving average still. Could just be a launch pattern too. I like how the 1 hour stayed above the 200 moving average, the 21. It made this double bottom, pumped up, 76.6, and now it's still just chilling. The 4 hour too is still above it, and then let's get into that daily that has that hidden bullish divergence. Really tells me that this is a good buy right now, that the daily could bounce back to the upside. It'd take its sweet time, but we'll see, right? That would be the measured move right here to here, and then the daily would explode. I'd like to see the daily hit the top here, consolidate, and turn it into that ascending triangle. That, to me, would make sense, but I could see it rip. I just feel like it's only a matter of time till the daily comes to the 200 moving average. I feel like they're destined to meet. It's on the way. That's a higher high. That's a higher low. If today we close a green candle, that's going to be a higher low. So I'm going to show you here. And I think this was the original trade. This is the idea for the original trade. Stop has to be below the wick, and then we'll go all the way to where I believe we hit that 200. Right, and that's going to be what? 81,000. 480. And then the stop loss has to be, lower than the wick there. That's going to be 74,799, just right below the 800 mark, right? This one I'd have to go pretty large, like 1,000, because Bitcoin's going to go up pretty big. Like from 76 to 81, you got to make about $5,000, in my opinion, right? So this one I would go about like 1,400 for 5,000 on this trade. I'm going to go pretty hard on this one. If I lose, I lose. It's all right. I can handle the position. So I'm in a bigger trade now, as you can see. Already up $55. I don't know how that happens. How to make $40 in a half a second, right? Only a trader can make $40 like the second they open the trade. Pay for the fees. We'll see. This is live trading on Weeks. Check it out. I'll see you there. So now we can kind of see what's happening. We can open this up. And you're like, Sam, you switch it up. You got to switch it up. This is Kung Fu, not trading. You got to be ready to make it happen. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing still gets busy. They're playing games. There's low volume on the day after Fed day. The order book is light. It's harder to trade the smaller time frames. I'm just being honest. You'll see it a lot. Thursday, but even, And look, did we already gain it back? Did we already get it back? Yeah, we're already up $100, man. We already break even again. Like, no stress, bro. No stress. A whole Bitcoin in the trade, that's the plan. All right, every single time I go to trade, I want it to be a whole Bitcoin. So Meta platforms, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. Revenue was 50 point, up 33%. Best estimates were 55. Interesting. Ended March 31st, 26, released April 29th, 2026. Gap in earnings, key drivers, other notes. So up 33% year over year. Interesting. $56.3 billion. Amazon revenue, $181 billion. 17% year over year. 15% EX beats estimates. Interesting. They beat estimates too here. Alphabet beat estimates. You know, money printed, man. $109 billion, 22% year over year. It's crazy, right? And Nvidia, $68 billion, 70% year over year. Record. I mean, it's a record. Unbelievable. They all nailed earnings. That's bullish. You know, they drive the market. They're the, you know, a lot of people are there. So you ain't got an emergency fund. You got 10,000 that's worth about 100. You ain't got an emergency fund. You broke. Yeah, I love that. I talk about that same idea. It's like people look at money and it's like you got to just keep stashing it once, you know. And again, I'm not a financial advisor, but to me, I started with a very small amount of income, not a lot. Shout out to MM Crypto, man. God bless you, brother. I love what he does, man. And he's a nice guy. If you ever hung out with him, he would treat you like gold. Very nice guy. Very nice guy. Eric Spoford. He's like, be humble, be chill. But I'm going to wear my Gucci suit today. No, I'm just messing around. Who cares? People can wear whatever they want. But he is a nice guy. Eric's a good dude, man. He's from Massachusetts like me. And, you know, he cleaned himself up from drugs and alcohol. 10 years clean, or maybe I think he has more than that. And, you can be charged with having multiple wives. I guess in the legal system you can't do that, right? Interesting. I never thought that. I'm not tired. You're tired. That's funny. Thank you, Vegas. I know, right? Vegas made everybody exhausted. It's like exhaust everybody. It's an exhausting city. Man. Yep. Olive oil every day. Natural Botox. Olive oil, man, fixes your skin 100%. You got to get the right stuff, though, and you really want to farm it. New Fed chair market cash. Every time a new Fed chair was elected, Bitcoin crashed over 70%. Is this time different? Interesting. Every time we got a new Fed chair, Bitcoin took a tumble to the downside. Hey, you never know. It could or could not be. We don't know exactly for sure. There we are in the Sin City studio together. Had a blast with Evan Aldo, Dave, Amy Lives Crypto, and that's me right there, Sam Price. Shout out to Redman with the picture. You can see him taking the picture. They have so many cameras in here. It's such a professional setup. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Okay, let's get back in. The live trade's up 124. We're still in it. I'm on the daily, so I'm just going to let this thing hold, and I'm going to hold it for a couple days. This trade will do us well up until Monday, or, you know, hopefully. Still tight inside the range. We're not going to give up the range yet. You know, Bitcoin is super tight. That is still the model. All right? Why did I cover? Just because I'm smart. I knew, you know, I could have stayed in it with a deeper stop. Actually looks beautiful now, even on the scalp. It's so funny. The scalp still looks good to me. Thing is, the low volume Thursday is the reason why sometimes you don't get the same reaction that you might get on a Tuesday morning, a Monday night, or a Wednesday. You just have to remind yourself when you're trading and ask yourself, you know, in my lifetime, how many times have we got a huge pump on Thursday morning? You're like, not as much as Tuesday or Wednesday morning. So what does it tell you? It just tells you that there's a little more opportunity on certain days than other days. And then you want to trade harder on days that have more opportunity. Trade less on days that have less opportunity. That takes a long time to figure out. Like, you don't know this stuff overnight, you know? So you just, you know, you do this one step at a time, and it comes together. First, you have to learn terminology and TA, right? You have to know what overbought and oversold is. You have to know what the moving averages are. You have to know what support and resistance. I think it took me about 4 years to really get a handle on the stochastics RSI, the RSI, divergences. There's a lot. You have to learn your Fibonacci, and by learning them, you have to use them so much you understand them. Then you have to learn your divergences. Then you have to learn the RSI and the stochastics RSI. In my humble opinion, these are the basis of all trading programs. Anyone that made a trading program is using the same information, okay? Because if they catch the pump, they catch the pump. Whether they said it was off a 618, a support of resistance, a 200 moving average, or just tight inside of a channel like we're seeing now. You know, the daily looks good to me, so you have to remind yourself, too, when the daily looks good and is closing possibly a green candle, then there's a higher probability that the 1 minute can even get a pump. You know, some say, no, the 1 minute is completely, independent of the daily, and it really is not. Like, if the daily shows strength, it's putting, other people are going to start buying the daily, that's going to start pumping the 1 minute. It's crazy how the 1 minute can really give you so much insight if you just, if you just calm it down and let it give you what you're looking for. There's supposed to be a nice pump coming there for Bitcoin on that 1 minute, man. I tell you what, I like what I'm seeing. Shout out to everybody here, man. 937. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Where are my 1,200 beautiful souls, man? I've been wondering where Dave Angel was at the Discord. He's Rave Song Records. Yep. I always feel like it depends on what news I'm expecting. Where did 300 people go today, everyone? It must be the people that watch my channel or passed out. They all went to the Bitcoin conference. I mean, there's a high likelihood of news candles affecting price more than the timing of the day of the week, which is why I could believe it could randomly pump on a Thursday. No, yeah, but that. See, what you just said doesn't matter because over time you're not right. You see what I mean? Over time, this statement isn't true. Over time, if you just kept trading as much as I did, you would have a higher probability day. Over time, you just would, Now, if you just trade news and you're not sure, then no, it won't happen like that. You got to be consistent to get what consistent gives you. I appreciate you, Lifer. You make my day every time I join the streams. Love your positive energy. God bless you, man. Shout out to Dave. We love you, man. Thank you for being here, Dave. Meta crash 10%. Just in. Meta crash. Nice. Thank you. Liquidity piling to the upside. Bitcoin always has 50 things looming over it to make it pump out of nowhere, but it just stalls forever. Hey, now we got the 150. It's been a crazy day. I've been up and down on a few trades. I've mitigated any single, heavy loss. It always feels like it depends on what news I'm expecting. I didn't expect a Thursday pump, but I expect a random Trump tweet. Yeah, but the charts will tell you what's going to happen, man. And they'll help you put your support and resistance level, right? So, Ulrich, I've suffered some pain in my foot, and I can't bend it the same way, and now I'm wondering if I hope to God I don't have to get surgery to fix it. I don't know how they would cut me open yet again, and I'm really a little upset. So, I was walking great. I'm behind where I was now 3 weeks ago. I don't have the same motion. I'm getting a really bad pain. I feel like I just sprained my ankle and maybe bruised the bone a little bit yesterday. So, and again, I know I'm not going to but man, feel like I have to get an x-ray now. What I think I'm 100% here for you to convince me otherwise. If I'm just wrong, I appreciate you could do it. I'm not, see, what people don't understand is when you're super consistent, when someone doesn't understand, listen, I've traded 1,000, think about what it'd be like to go 2,000 days without 1 day off, or whatever it's been since. Think about what that would be like if you started a job in April 23rd of 2021, like I did, and you did it every day till today, and say you drove to work every day. And eventually your subconscious mind, after the 5 days of driving to work, you'd be like, well, Wednesday just has more traffic than Tuesday. Or if I leave an hour later on Thursday, it's the worst traffic of the whole week. You would eventually identify areas where things are just more consolidated, where the same action happens more than it does, and you would learn this over all these thousands of days of doing it. And so all I'm telling you is, regardless of the news and what you say, which again, you're right, watch the news, pay attention, anything could change it. It still doesn't change the overall bell curve probability of days of the week as Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And even these are Monday night to Wednesday to Thursday morning. It's just cha-ching. It's the greatest section of time. And I figured this out. You can believe me or not. I don't need to challenge you. Anyone would know this that spent as much time as me. I'm not even giving you my opinion. I'm giving you what the markets would tell you if you spend enough time in them. If you're married, it's kind of like that. Work every day. Hey, sounds like bruised foot from being on your foot too long. No, I did something really stupid and I hurt myself. Yeah. And I did something. The doctor was like, don't be running. And one time I forgot my room key and I started to run down the hallway, man. I don't know why. I didn't think. I forgot. I forgot because I had been walking so good. And I kind of tripped a little bit. Then I hurt my foot. So, yeah, I know. That's why I'm typing these things. I'm saying, so you get your input and expertise. I'm getting the most out of your free YouTube channel. I love you, Rail Dawn. You're the man, dude. I get a lot out of you, man. I like when people like you interact with the channel. I learn how to, you know, kind of like interact with people better when you do this. Like, I'm learning every day, too. So you're teaching me. Personally, I believe the days of the week thing has to do with the New York Stock Exchange. 100% it does. Yeah. You can take your money into the bank by the weekend. 100%. I like what you're saying there. Yeah, so the other 2 days are slow because you can't get your money. Wow, dude, I love that. I love that you said that. You know, that's a really good point, dude. You're on point for saying that. Hey, Sam, can you look at AP13? I trouble read the chart. I see a cup and handle on the 1 hour, but also potential head and shoulder. How would you read it? Thank you. God bless you, man. I love that. Shout out to Godclaw1. And I never found Vegas Claw. I never met him. You know, he could have joined the trading group. He could have joined the Telegram. He could have come and met me wherever I'm at. Right? And, yeah. Yeah, I should never have done that. I agree. You saw that? Oh, my God. That's when I got to go watch that because that's what happened. You know what I mean? I know. Don't remind me. I feel like a complete idiot. And don't talk about it. I don't want my wife to know, man. If she finds out, she's gonna beat me. Yes, I appreciate hearing your POV and ideas and way to break things down. It helps a new trader, probably many older traders as well. Turning in here as much as I can to learn. Thank you, man. Amazing stream and lifer. Stay blessed. Shout out to Jordan's World 777. That's amazing. Yeah, and I guess just 300 lifers disappeared today out of nowhere. Thin air. Poof. Crazy. Sam, do you have any promotion available to become a member of your group? No, I go live every day for free. That's the biggest promotion you could ever get. Nobody does that. I give more content away for free than any other Discord in the game. So I help people make money here on the channel. Then after they make the money, they join the Discord. See, you're trying to go the old way. Like I don't. My business operates at a completely different level than the way you've. Like, so that question isn't really even relevant to us. All right. Other people make promotions because they like make a couple videos a week, and you know they have to do that. I give you so much information for free, you do not have to do anything. Yeah, you're a real one. Exactly. I want to help you guys learn so much, and you can use that education to make the money, and then you can join the trading group. You know, Sam's the type of guy to find Vegas Claw in Vegas. Funny, man. Maybe you being in Vegas has something to do with it. How could it possibly be? I notice when you're traveling, you tend to have less viewers. I'm a student who raises my hand constantly in my college classes. Zamoon Boys. I don't know. We had 1,200 people every single day of the stream. Yesterday, the day before, the entire day. And just, I don't know, today we have 1,200? Oh, that's weird. Yeah, Sam's giving him stuff for free if you trade when he's live. Yeah. But I have comments and inputs as often as questions. Just keep them coming. We'll figure it out, man. Sam, get in touch, bro. Let's access what's going on between now and then. Ice, baby. Thank you, brother. Thank you. And I'm going to try to stay off it as much as I can today. So much on the stream for free. It's what's got me into trading. See, God bless you, man. Thank you. I've helped thousands of people learn how to trade because I've given away the same information every day, and I'm consistent. So if you show up on a Monday, you learn. If you show up on a Friday, you learn. Look, my voice just changed immediately. And you're going to get the sauce. I'm going to keep feeding you the sauce until it makes sense. Okay? Look, we're up $170. We finally got a bit of a breakout to me. But as I extend this, I see we're just still inside this tight channel. Have faith when you break above the 200, though, that you will continue further to the upside. Man, it's starting to look more like a bull panic, too. I like this. Hey, I'm staying long on that daily. I'm staying long right now. It looks good to me. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. It's looking good. It's looking good. God bless everybody here on the stream. Yet again, if you're just jumping on in, thank you so much. When I say Bitcoin, you say pump. Bitcoin, pump. Bitcoin, pump. When I say candle, you say green. Candles, green. I was just watching too many MCs the last day. Saw Riff Raff and Afro Man last night. I'm in that back of my MC mode. I used to MC a lot. I did over 400 performances on stage in the past, but You can look me up. You can Google it. But look, this is my ensemble here. This Bitcoin, that matches. That matches. That, I mean, what a beautiful, and I wore this one the whole time. This one, you might not even see the little bees. They were just too small. This one, everyone knew that was a Bitcoin symbol halfway, and they really liked it. It had the orange. This one really was a hit. I decided that was going to be the one. So, God bless you guys. Shout out to all the awesome lifers like Dave Angel, man. Dang, man. That's one of the best pictures I've ever taken, man. I wish I looked like that in every picture, bro. Might have to, I'm going to use that as my profile picture for the rest of my life, man, with the Bitcoin. Wow. Dave, man, what a blessing it was to be with you, Dave. Thank you so much, man. And tell your wife that I love her and she's so awesome. And I'm so happy that both of you love and respect each other so much. And that's like you guys have what everybody should have. And a lot of people don't, right? A lot of divorces, a lot of pain. A lot of people that lose commitments because, to have a beautiful, loving, long-term marriage, you got to work at it. I've been with my wife for 20 years. We met in 2005. We just had our 20-year anniversary, man. And I've been married since 2010, coming on 16 years. And every single year gets better with my wife. We get to know each other more. We appreciate each other. And we realize how fast time has flown by, man. I have 3 beautiful daughters. I can't wait to get home to them. I miss them like you wouldn't believe, right? So, yeah, we're still in a live trade here for Bitcoin. I like what I'm seeing. Looks like we're going to get this pump to the upside, folks. This is a very likely pump now. The fact that we dipped down, came back up, this thing is ready to rock. I'm back inside that long, ready for the bigger move for BTC. Looks like we could definitely get the pump. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, 76 held really, really well. And there's a chance that it holds longer, right? Wow. Oh my goodness, man. Here we go, baby. Here we go. Send it, baby. Send it. Send it the only way we know how. To the upside, baby. To the upside. You know what I mean? When I say Bitcoin, you say pump. Bitcoin, pump. Bitcoin, pump. Yeah. Oh, man. Delete those guys. How many people recognize you? I don't know. Like, I think I'm going to have to say, I'd say over, like, about somewhere between 25 and 40 people. I didn't count every single time. And then I know a lot of people, too, like, over 100, like over 100 people, 150 people walk by. Hey, what's up? Say, hey, what's up? Hey, can you, hey. People I've worked with in the past that I haven't done anything with, people that I've connected to. Yeah. 20 years is the most important thing. Had the same and lost her. I don't even want to hear that, man. I feel so sorry for you. If I ever lost my wife, man, I know God would get me through because I lost my mom and I got through, but it's definitely not what I would be looking forward to, All right, Bitcoin holding 76,409, and only time will tell where we go here, but I'm bullish. Let's get back to the top-down analysis. I never really finished it off, right? Let's square away. So right now we're at, if you want to see the chart that I'm on is, so that was the Bybit chart. Switch to the Binance. Okay. I mean, we're curving up now. We're getting tight on the flag. And again, no matter what you do, as long as you do the same thing every day, you're going to get better at it. So whatever strategy you pick to trade with, you're going to get better at it over time. You're just going to get better at it over time. That's it. If you stick to it, God will help you get better, man. Humans get better at what we do. That we toil, and we get better at farming. We make, we have better crops. We get, welders get better at welding. Plumbers get better at plumbing. Like, taxi drivers get better at driving, man. It just, firemen get better at saving people from fires. They have more skills, and God bless all the firemen out there. Just, I don't know why they came to mind, but God bless them all, man. They have a job that could just, any day of the week they could lose their lives, and they do it for everybody else, man. So all the paramedics too, I just want to say thank you, to everyone that has a job that deals with the public every day, and you guys help save lives. I mean, that's a big deal. A lot of people deal with blood and things that I probably couldn't be able to. I sit here and just play with the charts. You guys do things on a daily basis that is just absolutely amazing. So the tightness for Bitcoin, but I still like this hidden bullish divergence on the daily. I want to see this consolidate. Like I said, it could be May 15th before we get the bigger pump to the upside. Remember, we also could, the one thing is we want to pump. Here's another thing. We want to pump before Sunday so then we can get a pullback, which becomes the beginning of the next weekly candle. So we technically want to pump today and then dump like at 8 p.m. tonight, which is kind of not the, just realize I'm thinking logically about it. You know what I mean? Up a nice 173 here. Can we get the move, you know? Can we get the move is the question. I got that deep stop. Oh, yeah, because it's the daily trade I'm going after. I forgot. I'm like, why am I so deep on that? It's a bigger trade. We'll see where it goes. So I still see some sketchiness, though. Let's talk about the bearish scenario. Like, because I seem a little too bullish. I want to see if I can, like, not drink my Kool-Aid for a second. That hidden bullish is interesting, but it might just make the right shoulder, too. And remember, the weekly candle could go sideways the first few days and then dump, as long as the whole week eventually has some type of pullback, right? And I'm going to see if I can figure out, I believe it's coming from here, but let's see. We will find out now. I've extrapolated something that's not there anymore, right? So shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's get the likes up to the watches. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for jumping on in and kicking it with the lifer. All right? It means the world to me, and I really appreciate it. So this looks like we could get, I don't know, man. It's kind of like bear flaggy, right? That's why the small time frames. So the 1 hour, oh, that's nice. Let's just talk about this real quick. You know, you have this really nice trend line. You've been making higher lows on the way to the upside. But I like this tightness, man. You see? Breakout, bounce, bang to the upside. It looks, it looks enticing, to say the least. It looks enticing, to say the least. So I like it. I'm long on that too. I see no reason we should stay long, right? So that's what I's a doozin'. That's what I a dozen, man. Yeah. That's the plan. That's the plan, Stain. Hold on 1 second. All right, let's take a look at what's happening here now. Let me bring back the music. All right, blessings on blessings to be alive. Thank you for jumping on in, folks. Appreciate you all. So look, there it is again. Above, we're about to get across. This is an uptrend. You can see we're clearly making an uptrend. Now we need to break that high. I could see a bigger move coming. Thank you for jumping on in, hitting that like button. Apparently, if you hit the like button, you're going to send something my way. Chat rate ripping to the upside, too, as well. Thank you for jumping on in. Folks, I want to show you something else, too. This coin is ripping on Dex Screener called Rivcoin. I didn't jump in. I stayed away from it, but it was definitely interesting. I like the look of that coin, but come on. It's called Riv, R-I-V, and it seems like they have some big YouTubers behind it, too, as well. I had nothing to do with it. I did see it when it was at a very small market cap, like somewhere around here, and someone said it's going to go. They're going to be ripping it. Someone said insider YouTubers are on it. They're going to rip it. And I guess someone in my group told me this. I think it was Scottish Crypto, bro. The guy's in on these little moves. He did a really good job, right? And he called this out. I mean, that looks like a pump and dump, though. I don't want to say that, but it looks a little weird to me. So when it was already straight up for days, I couldn't get in. I was like, I can't chase that. Like, I can't do that. But it's up a beautiful almost a 5x from when we first found it. Maybe even a little more. Again, I don't mean to show this to give you angst. I just want to say, hey, stuff is still kind of moving here. Had such a good story, Rivcoin. It's got a docs creator, and it's going to do great things. And Riv Capital ecosystem connecting tokenization, traditional finance, and digital assets to financial technology, creating a powerful bridge between institutional finance and the emerging Web3 economy. And the spiel sounds wonderful, right? But apparently this guy knows what he's doing. Robert Rivera, the chairman and the CEO. They listed it. This thing's been absolutely going bananas. Partnership, secret killer product, vault deploy, SAX listings, and VRE platform. So apparently people know this thing's going to be big and they're already buying in. And we did know about it pretty early. But you could see just in the this is the daily. I've never seen the daily go that green. No, barely any pullbacks, just continuing to fly. You know, if I really want to get into this, I flag this out. I see how tight this can get, and I want to see, you know, what can happen here. That's the plan. That's the plan. That's the plan, Stan. So, look, the day has been going interesting here, to say the least. To say the least. They are pumping and dumping Bitcoin. It's going up and down. Oh, wow, they broke it out hot. I must have been up at 76.6. Could have been a good place to take some profit, you know. Now you got a bullet. Now you can open this up again and just say it's just continuing in some type of range-bound position here. Right? The trend line changes if you can touch a different one, but still keep the trend, right? You wake up, you draw the trend. I feel like we lost the trend, got it back, and now we're getting tight again, man. Wow. But, you know, we did break this high. Just now we broke this high, higher low. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Low stochastics. Showing me signs of life here for Bitcoin and the bulls. I still like this 15-minute. It could take an hour before we break out. All right? Nothing is perfecto. Follow me at CryptoLifer33. I'd greatly appreciate it. It would be awesome, man. Shout out to everyone there. We have Evan Aldo. Carl the Moon even said what up. And a bunch of people out there. Shout out to our man Cassius Cuvée, man. Cassius Cuvée, always nice to hang. Shout out to my man Greg Gresniak, bro. Super awesome dude, man. And we were in Sin City Crypto yesterday. This was the studio setup. It's so professional. They've got cameras. They've got, you know, everyone in the back, you know, in the room mixing it up, doing it up. Today's my birthday. I'm spending in Vegas. Shout out to my brother for making the trip. Happy B-Day, man. Wow, man. Big birthday, man. Jay Chain hits me up. He's like, yo, I got a Bentley going. He's like, I'll pick you up tonight. I'm like, yo, that's crazy, bro. So we're riding in a Bentley to the Web3 Influencer Awards tonight. It's going to be amazing. Yeah. Unbelievable. 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 Farm bill. Uh-oh. Farm bill coming. Now Bitcoin back down again, man. This thing is just volatile today. They're just not going to give us the win, huh? Up and down, up and down. You got to scalp. Remember, this is the daily idea, but Dan, we are pretty close to the bone again on the trade. Got to get a bounce off the bottom trend line right now. It's very important. Otherwise, this thing could just kind of melt. Dan, I didn't like that spike to the upside and no follow through. Not my favorite price action right there, especially if you're in a long Z. And again, I've been very I'll be very quick, especially when I'm traveling, light sleep. Like, my mind's a little off, and I know that. So I figure I could make some moves that aren't the best. Like, I'm in when I stop, to break even again. If they ping me, they ping me. I can always get back in. If you're paying attention and you know how to do it, you can always flip it. But if you just if you wing it and you don't pay attention to your trade, you can lose tons of money. That's why you want to have a habit. If you have a habit, you'll fall back on the habit. You'll just do the same thing over and over again in your trading style. It's the only way you're going to win is if you stay consistent. Because eventually your subconscious mind will do the same thing no matter how you feel. Whether you're emotional, up, down, have doubt, fear, or even paranoid. It won't matter because you'll just do the same thing. You're like, well, I buy this area. This is what I do. Doesn't mean you're going to win every time. Nobody does. But you got to win most of the time, and that will feel better. All right? Once you find consistency, you will feel a freedom you've never thought. I don't care if it's $50 a day, $20 a day, heck, if it's $2 a day. As long as it's a consistent piece a day. And then maybe you go for that, but it doesn't always go your way. But you figure it out, right? You go from there. You do it one step at a time, right? And shout out to all the likes and the people kicking it with me. I really appreciate that. Without you doing that, just very inspired by all y'all. And I really appreciate it. So I just want to say thank you. From my family to yours, remember, I am a family man. I've been with my wife for 20 years. And I just want to see other family men get rich, man. and give their kids whatever they desire as long as they're not spoiling them. But like, a farm to play on with animals, like that costs money, right? You can't have acres of land if you don't have something to it. And what about acres of land for your kids is amazing. Imagine your kids playing in a farm with goats and their own chickens and cows. It would be amazing, right? Absolutely beautiful idea. So I think that's where you want to be at the end of the day. That's where you want to be at the end of the day. I like this bounce here off this bottom trend line. Can we get it? The 200 moving average. Let's see it, man. Come on. You only live once, baby. Come on. Show us the move. Like, Bitcoin is getting tight. There's going to be a move. And I believe we already defied the bears here. So my system's telling me not to short the market right now. If you're in a short, it means you can't read moving averages, right? Or trend, right? So, but we'll see. I don't want to be pompous here. I just want to show you that, like, I'm either long or short every day, right? I call it one way every day if I can, because for me, I'm consistent with saying, hey, can I figure out where Bitcoin's going today? And can I tell the world? And can I be right? It's a game for me. Can I be more accurate than most people on the calls by just being so insanely consistent? And you too. Forget about me. It's just about you and your life. I hope everything's going well for you. And I hope my consistency can rub off on you and help you in some way, shape, or form. That's all I hope for. There's many days I don't know if I can make it to the live. Many days it's tight, but we just keep doing it because I know you're going to be here. And so if you're going to be here, I'm going to be here. And that's the synchronicity of life, everyone. And that's why these communities online thrive so well, because, we can connect so quick, so fast from your house to mine, and bang, we're vibing. We're vibing right there, So, not a lot going on in the altcoins. Thank you so much again for the likes. I've muted everything. I don't know where that thing is coming from, man. It's so crazy. So crazy. Info labels. And I've muted everything I can mute. I'm thinking it's a website that I'm on that's doing it, but I closed the website. So now that doesn't make sense. Anyway, I guess we'll figure it out one day. It's a mystery right now, though. A complete mystery. I want to take a look at the entire market cap of the cryptocurrencies right now and just kind of break down what I see happening on total, right? Again, similar idea to Bitcoin on the bigger time frames and smaller. Bitcoin's so much of the dominance. So right now you're getting this is where if you were pumping, you would bounce off the 21 and go on a pretty big pump, right? So this is where a bull flag could continue up. Like we've seen it many times, off the 21 to the upside. So does this mean that we start a massive dump here? As Sam is playing these long games here on these smaller time frames? It's possible, right? And look, I moved my stop loss to break even again. I can't lose any money in the trade. It's showing to be a sketchy day. Like we could have had a pump. Like 5 times now, we could have had a nice follow through. We didn't have it. So you got to tell yourself, okay, something doesn't want us to follow through. Something is stopping us from getting this bigger move, right? $76,400 for Bitcoin, holding above 76K. So to a lot of people are going to say this is the bear flag. And a lot of people are going to short this right now. I wouldn't put it up past them to have tons of liquidity up here, right? So, you don't even have to have a liquidity map to understand that, the human psyche is going to... I even suggested to have a hedge, which means it's not the biggest deal, but you have it there in case. What if they do dump it? You're protected for the pretty big dump. It's all about protection, folks, in trading. And when you get better at learning how to protect the position, the best bots... like the Minotaur trading bot, and I'm going to start using another one recently too and get it going. They've enhanced it. It works differently. It has other parameters to it, and you can even use it on different things like gold. So I'm excited to see how this thing works in different on different assets, right? So what the bot does, though, is it can mitigate its trades. It can find out where the risk is. It can open up a short and a long, or on the top of it, just in case things don't go well. It always has a hedge to slow down the losses. And this is something that we could do as best we can, but AI is so much better at over time, right? So the weekly has a tweezer top bouncing off the 21. I mean, this could be a massive bear flag. The target takes you to $1.57 trillion. So I just got to stick on this idea that I know I showed you that everything's breaking out. It looks good. And again, we have to lose the key levels that we talked about on the bigger time frames. But man, red next to a green, there's a chance. I like this support of resistance. And again, even the weekly might go sideways. We might make a nice little flag here on the weekly that breaks out. We might make a 5 to 6 week sideways flag and still pump to the upside. So what do you do, Sam? You gave us 2 scenarios. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, my idea is you mitigate the loss by, maybe, you kind of look at the math. You're like, all right, if I put this stop loss here and I make $3,000 if we come down, stop me out for, let's say, 600. But then by air, I can get into a long and make the 600. You could break even when you get kicked out of the trade. You know what I mean? Like, you could break even when you're out, and then when this continues to pump. There's a way to think the math through. You just set up both trades, see what you're going to make each time, and then tweak them till they match. And that's proper, risk management. That's mitigation theory there. So, and you can mitigate your losses. There's, Now, this is stuff that took me years to even figure out. Like, first I just wanted to buy and sell a trade. You know what I mean? Can I buy and sell a trade was the only thing that I really wanted to do. And if I could buy and sell a trade, so be it. Let's go. All right. Okay, and please pray for my leg, folks. Please, I appreciate it for it. Just make sure that I just, whatever I did isn't going to damage me forever here, and it's going to help me over time. I like the tightness on total, but that 200 moving average could be a thorn on our side, folks. The 21. And I just on both of these ideas, I'm just waiting for this candle to close and then for us to get the bounce. A hidden bullish divergence is very likely. And even if we're bearish, we get a bounce, we might make a right shoulder, whatever it is. But I see us getting to possibly around $2.61 trillion. And don't forget to put that lemon in the water. Very important. I'm saying I drink lemon water every single day, usually multiple times a day. If I'm at a restaurant, I just have water and lemons. I haven't had a soda. I don't know when the last time. I don't drink soda. It's tempting, I know. But it's, and they don't even filter the water that good in soda, I heard. Like, the water's nasty in soda. Like, I like to drink clear, Mountain Valley spring water. Something clear, something beautiful, right? How are you going to wake up every single day and make it happen? How are you going to go at it every single day? It's just so key. And again, to make this dream happen, we've been waking up at 5:30 in the morning every single day. I dreaded it when I left my house. I was like, man, it's going to be a tough week. It's going to be a tough week. Miami's going to be way easier. It's going to be the same time, as usual. The only cool thing is I'm done and I have more of my day. Like, I'm done at 9 a.m. and that's a cool thing. So there is a plus side to it, but it's tough. It is hard. It's not easy. So we're back up 130. We're tight. Now we're in the same game again. Just tight price action. We're just tight. Wow. And I've been seeing this recently. The last, even the week. And again, we didn't dump as much as we do at the Bitcoin conference. Usually we dump worse. The last 3 we dumped like on the third day every time, right? And so the fact that we haven't dumped yet is absolutely amazing. Okay? It's absolutely amazing. Yeah. So let's put out a poll here, see what's happening to BTC. All right? And see what's going down. See what we see on the move here, right? All right. West Coast early bird. I hike up Mount Shasta to get my water. That's crazy, man. And I, eat your water, right? Eat fruits, get water from, inside the fruit. That's right. I'm new to making margin calls all week. Also had a short you're talking about. I opened it off the swing failed pattern on 90K. Hey, man, God bless you, brother. Whatever happened with the long you was in on Minotaur as we were entering the bear? It's still open. I've never got rid of it. I mitigated it. I was up. At one point, it was up that hundreds of thousands of dollars, but it turned a small amount of Bitcoin into more Bitcoin. That's the thing. It earned more Bitcoin at the end of the day. And if Bitcoin ever goes back to 100K, Minotaur did its job. It really did. It turned one Bitcoin into 1.42 Bitcoin, right? So it earned more Bitcoin, but I did mitigate. What I did is there was because the positions in US Tether use Bitcoin as collateral, right? And then you can, whenever I make Tether, I buy more Bitcoin with it and put it back into the system, kind of. It's like a flywheel effect of finance, right? That's the point, right? Is to have some type of system where the gains are compounding on top of themselves. That's like borrow, sell, die, right? Or borrow, buy, I forget that, you guys know what it is, but you borrow the money, man. Instead of, making the money or doing income tax, you can borrow against your asset. When you borrow against the asset, non-taxable event. A way to extrapolate wealth without paying taxes, right, is to borrow. Borrow against your assets. That's what the rich do, man. They have so much assets, they can borrow against them. That's such a big deal, right? It really, it can level the playing field once you start doing that. So you want to borrow, man, if you can. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. You'll find this stuff out yourself. But usually the richest people have assets they borrow against instead of selling them. And they put them in other income-producing assets that do the same, and they keep the cycle going over and over and over again, right? So we're looking for this bounce here for Bitcoin. Back to the upside, hidden bullish divergence, and 618 Fibonacci retracement. It all looks good to me. Just having the proper risk and hanging on the smaller time frames is really going to make or break the traders today. As you can clearly see, that's what's about. That's what's happening, right? Yeah, for sure. For sure. Anyway, God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I don't know where all my peoples were today, but hey, it's Thursday. I don't know. Maybe something happened with, you never know. Maybe a region is down. Maybe, I don't know, man. Can't figure these things out. But look, tight moving averages, a pump to the 21 is very likely. Again, what if we pump to the 21 and it's just it ends up being a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder, right? It could happen. I already see it. So if I saw it, I wouldn't be surprised. Other people say, oh my God, I never thought we'd be bearish here. But like if you're open-minded, use all the different scenarios that are possible, then you're not so surprised, You got to just take it in. You can't tell yourself what's going to happen. That's the thing. Too many people come on the show. I love you all. A lot of you come on the show telling me what's going to where price is going. It's definitely going to do this, then it's going to do that, then it's going to bounce. And it's like, I hear that, I'm like, this is awesome news for me because it tells me if less traders make money and they talk like that, then that's the reason why most people have a problem. You know what I mean? It's like, and it tells me that I'll have not too hard of a time to make some gains. So Near Protocol sold it, Render sold it. I like these coins. Say sold it. They all had the je ne sais quoi of a fast network, but maybe it's just going to be Sol and nothing else. Sol's just going to take over. Even Caspa back at 3 cents, huh? Pump Fund came out with their coin. It's not even a penny, right? And Aster at 65. Aster's been holding this key level for a long time. A little bit above 60. I like Bitcoin Cash too as well. Been interesting. Let's look at Tron. Tron's been in its own little bull run for a long time. Let's go, Bitcoin. Send us your way, man. Let's get a nice little payday here to the upside. It would be ever so sweet. Get a nice pump for Bitcoin today. And where's that Chinese coin? I can't even pronounce the thing. I don't even know how to find it. Where is that? And it's a Chinese coin. It's written in Chinese. Like, it's something called Binance Life, though, right? I got it 38. Let's see what happened. Binance Life. Binance AI Pro. That's interesting. All right, folks. It looks like we're fine. And I've said this before. It looks like we're going to finally pump this puppy to the upside. But hey, we're fighting. We got a fighting chance with multiple higher lows. We should be breaking the previous high now with a massive pump to the upside. 199 in the trade. We've got our money back and some. Let's see if we can keep this thing going, baby. Let's see. It's a whole Bitcoin in the trade. We'll find out what happens in my trading group, right? I'm going to post this setup too so they can kind of follow along with what I'm looking for here. Has anyone ever been to Steer? Steer in Las Vegas. Heard it's a wonderful steakhouse. Steer? Or a Grand Steer, or is it Steer? But yeah, the Golden Steer. A legendary Las Vegas dining institution located at 305 Sahara. Serving as the city's oldest continuing operating steakhouse since 1958, it's famous for its old school charm, featuring tuxedo service with tablecloths and signature red leather booth named after celebrities. Oh, that's cool, man. The best steaks on earth. Reservation stop. The Golden Steer. Might have to eat there tonight. Sounds like the plan for me, personally. Yeah. And the trip at the Golden Steer. Looks pretty dang good, I'll tell you that. I bet a bunch of people in the chat have been to the Golden Steer. Every time I've been somewhere, there's always someone that's like, oh, I've been there. Or when I'm somewhere, someone's like, I'm there. I've been there for a long time, right? So, man, I get weirded out. Whenever I travel, it's like, dude, really weird today, man. Like, look at this. This is, like, strange. We always have 1,200 people on the stream every day for months. Today we couldn't crack like 960, and I'm blessed. I'm just going, and then out of nowhere, like we get this massive dip to 5. It's just weird. And then look, it wasn't a dip. It came back up. I think this number's wrong. I think like something's going on with the servers today or something. I've seen it happen where it's like it's not calculating the watches properly, right? Famous Old Haunt, best down strip mall in a beat down strip mall. Great steaks. Interesting. Here's Binance Life. It's 102 on CoinMarketCap. How did you do that? You have like the keyboard to write that? That's pretty cool of you to do that for me, man. So I got in at like 38. It's at 34. We'll see. It was consolidating nicely and coming back to the previous support as resistance. I definitely didn't buy the top. I don't know what possessed me to buy a meme, but hey, I wanted to see what could happen, and I'll roll that die, baby. Roll that die. Let's go, Bitcoin. This could be the one. I said that 3 times already today, but it could be the one. And if you got into the trade last night, friends, you're still in the money. You're still in the money. So I'm looking for this daily to pump. Entry here, stop below the wick. Boom. You know how many people don't have the guts to do that? So you're not going to have tons of liquidity down there. Not as much as the people that are they're going to want to short that bear flag, right? That's going to create a big level of liquidity. I'm not saying I'm right, but I'm going to use that liquidity to get a pump, right? I'm just going to speculate that most people wouldn't trade like me. I'm definitely a different type of person. I don't think, I'm pretty unique. I don't think people would trade like I do. So if I'm taking a long, I'm usually going against the herd, right? That's the key. See something that they don't see so we can make the commitment to the other side. And then you get the shorts getting massively squeezed. And that's the key, right? The shorts get massively squeezed, and you get the pump, right? That is the exact plan, Amundo, right? So now I want to see this thing continue, baby. Send it, baby. Send it. Send it, baby. Send it. All the way to about $77,000 BTC. All right. That's what I'm like really looking forward to. That's what I want to see you go. I want to go to 77K. We'll make about $1,800 on that move. We'll end the trip up about $7,000 to $8,000. And it'll be a great 3-4 days of trading, right? I used to make $8,000 a month, not when I was traveling to Vegas. Now I make the same amount I used to make at work when I'm traveling the world, eating, having fun, and also, staying disciplined. I did updates for my group at very odd hours of the night last night, and that's not easy, right? One more day of this. I've done it 4 days, so I can do one more day. Today I was like, after today, it's only one more day. But I love what I do. I stay committed to each and every one of you. I put myself through bodily hell sometimes for this stream. I got out of surgery. We kept pushing. And shout out to Sin City Crypto. I'm here at Sin City Crypto. In case you didn't know, you can Google them, look them up. Actually asked Grok. I said, who's the best? I need to do podcasting. And they said, that's so cool. Look at that. That's amazing. And even Grok was like, man, Sin City Crypto is your spot. Like, that's where you want to go. Check them out. And I was like, dude, my man, on the map for podcasting, hosting. They have some big names here, man. I'm serious. Like, Stephen A. Smith was here. Some big people have been here, man. Some big people have been here. I don't want to say all the names. I don't know if I'm disclosed. But man, they work with some heavy hitters. I feel flattered to be in the mix. So, yeah, that's the cool background you see here. As you notice, it's not my normal home. I'm here at Sin City Crypto. We got the lighting. We got it all. We should show you guys the beauty of this studio. I mean, this is nuts. Like, this is no joke. We got serious lighting. Like, this is amazing. See that? We have a sound stage. We have everything you need, right? Beautiful LED wall. Like, and this is just one. Like, and then they have the studio over there. You can't see it, but there's a studio on the other side of this wall. It's like, it's the real deal over here, folks. Like, I'm inside a giant, beautiful studio. This like nice red carpeted floor, and just I get my foot on a calf skin right now, on a cow skin rug right now. No lie. Like, this is top notch. And I worked for David Letterman. I used to be at all these different fancy. I worked for Kevin Can Wait. We made CBS multi-million-dollar shows. I've been around like big time studios my whole life. Like this, they're doing this like I saw when I was working in TV. So I'm so proud of Rob and Dave and what they built here at Sin City Crypto. They built a real business. People come here every day, celebrities to regular people, known people, and it's a place where you could podcast, get it done, and it's so professional. You'll never find something like this, and their dedication to their clients is amazing. 100%, so much of the stream, yeah. I'm pretty sure the random sound is your Discord running in the background. Either way, press Control Shift and Escape to open your task manager and look at the background process. Yeah, it could be too, but is that a Discord sound? Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Nice. Thank you, Marcus, man. I'm pretty sure the random, yeah, my good friends. Dude, I became good friends with Rob and Dave years ago. I never knew that their studio, actually, I mean, it was always kind of big, but they expanded. I'm trying to think, the first time I ever did it, I can't even remember anymore when I first did it. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, we did. They just had that room over there. And I just, I did my stream in that room. Yeah, I remember now. They only had the studio on the right, and they had a stand-up table in the corner. I remember now. And I did my stream there, and they didn't have all this space, man. This is a big deal. Let's take a look at some altcoins, see if there's money here. So far, so good for Bitcoin, holding 76,000. The tighter this gets, the more likely we can make the pump, man. The tighter it gets, the more likely we can make the pump. And I trade live as much as I can. If you're going to watch me, good chance I'm going to be live. All right? Let's get back into the live stream. But yeah, it's like, the studio is top notch, folks. Absolutely beautiful. My buddy picked me up in the McLaren yesterday. We were whipping around in the McLaren. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. I haven't ever made but yesterday was a movie. Look at this, dude.
One of my lifers has been in my trading group for years. Probably one of the first people to ever follow me, right, Craig? Since day. You know what I mean?
Craig, man, he's the man.
I know that
dude.
Lambo life, but this would be my first time in a McLaren. I've never been in a McLaren before. Look
at that thing.
Look at that thing, huh?
Montana,
of course. You don't have to pay the taxes. I love that Montana stuff. You know what I mean?
They all do that. Sports cars in Montana.
Is it a plot?
You gotta rip
Yeah. Like a way to get in these cars.
Yeah. Oh, I feel like he was gonna hit the curb there, man. It's crazy, bro. And shout out to Adam Charles, man. Tonight is the Web3 Influencer Awards, the Hall of Fame. April 30th at the Mike Tyson's Tiger Mansion, man. Tonight, dude. And it's going to be awesome, bro. I'm really, really excited. There I am right there. Me and Logan Paul, man. Logan Paul was hanging out at the Bitcoin conference. No, it was just a figurine, but it was a good enough joke. You know what I mean? For us to get, I guess for us. But there's Rob and Dave at Sin City Crypto hanging out at the BTC conference. I didn't see Dave there, but I seen Rob there. Pretty awesome. God bless everybody for jumping on in and being amazing here on this beautiful, beautiful day, man. Trade's still cooking there now they're brutally bringing it back down. Just sideways price action all day long today. Really unforgivable. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, man. Right? This is absolutely crazy. Shout out to everybody here jumping on in. Thank you for being here. My name's Sam Price, the Crypto Lifer. I started trading when I was 23 years old. I continued that tradition throughout my life. I'm now 43. I have no idea how long it started as like this, okay, I'm just going to try to learn something new like everyone else. I didn't know I was going to become a pro trader on YouTube. I had no idea this was going to become my life. Never. And look, I put the stop loss to break even. We can't lose any money here. Every single time I've been up, man, they've dumped it back down. Look at the volatility on the 1 minute chart. And again, don't be upset if you get stopped out. They might stop me out and go back up again. That's okay. I'll get back inside the candle yet again. I'll get back inside yet again. Inside the pattern. It won't bother me, man. I do this every day. I can handle the volatility. Back and forth, back and forth. Doesn't really bother me. It's annoying when it takes a long time. But this is Thursday. Smaller order book. It's not going to be the same, and I know that. So get the belts, Sammy, over here. Yeah, we're going to get the belts, man. We're going to come home with some belts. We're going to hang out. I actually sponsored it this time. Right? Thank you so much for being such an amazing model and mentor. Much love, brother. You're the blessing for all of us. Let's go. The desert air in Vegas dried out my nose and made my nose bleed when I was there. Sound like a complainer. I'm just joking with you, man. That's never happened to me in my life. I should say that. I was like, I haven't had a nosebleed in I don't know how long. Next thing you know, I get a nosebleed, right? Hi, charts looking interesting. For sure, man. Now we're getting the bounce off the 200 yet again. They keep testing the 200 for liquidity. Do you have it? Do you have it? Do you have it? Do you have it? Do we have to go lower? No, I'll give it to you here. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you here. I love using the 200. Look at that bounce off the 200 moving average. Even just getting in there, put a stop loss, bang. That's something I could scalp for big money. That's a trade right there, bang, right? And you see what you can get. I love it, man. And you know what I like too is when you're busy, you have a busy day, you set the trade and you just do what you got to do. Yeah, so we saw Afro Man backstage at the Bitcoin conference. Like, that's where I saw him backstage. It's crazy. I walked to the bathroom. True story. I walked to the bathroom, and then there was a big set of stairs, and my foot hurt pretty bad. And I said, where's the handicap bathroom for the guy that can't walk? And there was an old guy walk by me. He goes, oh, you go that way. And I was like, it looks just as far. He's like, yeah, but there's no stairs. So I shoveled my way in, and I got to like it, and it was the backstage area, which was like off limits. And I just walked into the guy and said, yeah, the security guard right there just told me to go this way. And that was facts. I was like, I'm just doing what I'm told. I was like, I'm handicapped. I can't walk too well here. And he's like, okay, yeah, I guess. And then I was like, I also have a whale pass. You know, and the whale pass is a pretty big deal. You can do whatever you want. He's like, I get it. Come on in. And so I go to the bathroom, and when I come out, there's Afro Man right there. And I see him about to go on stage at the Bitcoin conference. It's just funny, man. It was funny. Wow, look at this. They indicted Fauci? That's about time. Right? David Moran's co-conspirator falsified records in effort to suppress the lab leaking theory. Use his personal Gmail account rather than his NI email to order a void. Why does all this stuff, like, why do they do stuff when they, like, don't they know how to use the dark web? You know what I mean? So crazy. Yeah, we're seeing people with all sorts of, I've never seen cancer, like rapid cancers, prostate, breast. People, it seems like whoever took this stuff, you got to cleanse yourself from this as soon as you can. And I know about some of the cleanses, but just ask Grok, how do I cleanse? You know, ask, if Grok might play the game, but say, hey, I know people have cleansed themselves. Tell me, how the cleanse is, right? They're carving lethal micro scars in your heart, causing sudden, they swear, yeah. I've never seen so many people fall out during, anyway. It's another time, I get it, but man. Like, remember how many people we saw just on TV? Just collapsing. Like, look at this. I mean, it was all the time. Like, we had never seen it before. Like, just all the time. Just fit people, too. Just gone, man. It was everywhere, guys. Look at this. This is a collection of it. Like, if you couldn't pick up on what was happening, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, we never saw, this was on public TV, man. Like, look at it, was everywhere. Like, this is someone who did a really good compilation of this. You could say, oh, this time everyone did this. None of these are related. And okay, you could say that. I get it. It could be just someone patches together, people pass out in life. I get it. But I'm just telling you, man, that was all, like, I saw it. I saw it on TV. Anyway. Does anything honestly feel like it's going in the right direction in the world right now? Tom, as long as you're going in the right direction, then that's the one thing that is. And if you're going in the right direction, you're adding to the beauty of life. So this is how I look at life. Tom, I love that question. So I look at life as nice pump back to the upside off the 200, man, showing signs. But now it's kind of shoulder, head, and shouldery. I don't know, man. We'll see. I like the daily. I'm going to stick to the daily. So yeah, the world could be a dark place. But you wake up every day with light in your heart. You go as hard as you can for people. You spread love, light, and happiness at every single corner that you go around. And that's how you change the world, right? That's how you change the world. That's how you do it. So Yeah, studio was awesome. Getting ready to go live for FOMC. And I did FOMC live again, just with a group of people this time. You know. Follow me at CryptoLifer33. So funny. He bought the Michael Jackson car. He's actually going to take it for a spin. I never seen him ride it. Funny. So you know what I'm doing. The daily looks like it could close a bullish engulfing candle on the all-time history index. That's not the case right now on the USDT pair, is it? It's close, but it's not there. We want to see a bullish engulfing candle close in the daily. That would be nice. We'll see, though. We also have the weekly candle close tonight. Remember that. And, we'd want to see a little dump before a pump. So let's get the pump first. So at 8 o'clock, we can get the dump. I'm looking for this to break out. It's tight in the channel, low stochastics, above the 200. We should get a move here, folks. And I know I said that the entire stream, but it's Thursday. And I told you Thursday's a tough day to trade. Well, I'll make my 1800 eventually, and we'll see what happens. And we'll go from there. I love you. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let me jump on into the chat and see what the chat is saying. I feel like I opened up a bunch of chats. Bullish divergence on market side for 4 hours. Very bullish. Yeah, I agree, man. Yeah, I'm long, brother. People can add anything together and say whatever these. Yes, they can, 100%. But I watched it. I watched it. I was watching the news. I saw someone fall. I then saw guys playing soccer, and I watched it happen. It was about 18 months after and I watched people just collapse all over the place. And then we had myocarditis everywhere. We never talked about young kids having heart problems ever in my life. And there was it seemed like every school had some kid, some problem. Someone had myocarditis. It never stopped, folks. Anyway, you can figure out whatever you want. It's all in your face. Either you believe it or not. But they've the truth is out there, guys. It's not that hard to figure out. It's obvious, really, if you just kind of don't let yourself lie to yourself, then you know the truth. So look, there's a huge gap here to $77,700, triple sevens. Apparently, you can go up to 68K, 78K. I just want to get a little bit of a move here, folks. But look, all the longs down there at 73.6 could still get torched when that weekly. So when we weekly dumps, look for 73,500, 73,600 as a beautiful area of confluence to possibly take a bit of a long bounce to the upside, right? If we bump the Madre scam, I don't know what that means. What is that? Tony Rosas? Why would you say this? You're just a huge fan of me. You're always nice to me. What does this mean? Scam? Oh, scam-demic. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought you said scam demo, like I'm trading demo. It looked like scam demo, and I was like, dude, you know what? I'm so paranoid. So many people have turned on me. They're nice to me, and then something happens, and they turn on me. And all I did is keep showing up every day. So it's like, I guess I'm quick to say, oh, my God. Yeah, BTC all the way. It's so obvious, but what's crazy is how people still deny the facts and say that, yeah, exactly. Oh, it's like, I guess, you offend someone when they think of reality, and you shift their reality. They don't like it. It's social, they call it psychological dissonance, right? Are you long or short? Watch the show. I'm long, baby. I've been long. Stop loss. Actually, I see a long right now with, the stop loss below this wick. And a move somewhere. That's a 2.5 risk reward ratio. And a move all the way up to about 77,200 for Bitcoin. Right? Will forever be the biggest gift. And oh yeah. It was such a grift. Yep. First step to detox. Bathe with Epsom salt and borax and sodium bicarbonate. 20 minutes as hot as you could bear. It'll remove nanos and hell. Yeah. 100%. Can you email me which ones to buy though? Because there's salt, there's borax and Epsom, and you want to get it from the company that you hope doesn't have heavy metals in it too. The other day, Celtic sea salt I found might have heavy metals in it. Oh, we were just up 777s for a second there on the trade. I like what I'm seeing. This looks like it could continue. I'm going to jump out for the day. We have one more stream, and then we're back in Florida, folks, Friday night, safe and sound. God will get me home. I know He will. Dear Lord, thank you for everything you've given me. Thank you for this wonderful, wonderful stream. Thank you for the opportunity at Sin City Crypto. Thank you for flying me safely here to Las Vegas. Thank you for my 3 beautiful children and my wife. Thank you for all my subscribers. The opportunity to win. The knowledge that you gave me to learn how to trade. God, I'm so grateful and so thankful for everything in my life. Please heal my foot well. Hopefully I didn't do anything too bad, and I'll be all right. Please, dear Lord. You know, I'll give money to the poor. I mean, we feed people. Like I'll do whatever I have to do. I hope my leg isn't hurt. But God bless me. God bless everybody here on the stream. Your mom, your dad, your aunt, your uncle, your sisters, your brothers, your sons and daughters. May your family be blessed. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I couldn't do it without you. I say it all the time, and thank you so much. God bless everybody here on the stream. I'll see you guys all tomorrow for a beautiful, amazing Friday stream. Sorry about the lateness today. It was literally an Uber guy that drove away from me. I did the same thing, same routine. I ordered the Uber at the right time. I would have been here with 15 to 20 minutes to spare, but it was what it was. So, hey, I'll leave a little earlier tomorrow to make sure in case. But all week, I went 3 days straight. Everything went fine, and then bang. So, everyone, I love you. Thank you so much. I'll catch you guys. And again, remember, we're here at Sin City Crypto. If you ever need a podcast, a studio, anything you need, hit them up. All right, Google them, find out who they are. Hit me up if you're friends of mine. I know how to contact them. Let me know. Sin City Crypto. Check them out. They also have a beautiful YouTube channel, and they're going live all the time. So, I love you guys. Thank you so much. I'll see everyone, guys and gals, all the lifers. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Remember, the secret to success, it's getting started.
Just like a